What's up, people? Welcome back to Tire Fire. Say hi, James.
Hi.
There he is. So,
I'm filming.
we're going to be doing some LED lights, LED lights, as they're known to the hip kids. eBay specials.
I was gonna say it looked like Bud Light.
Got an interior bulb kit, which I think we'll have a couple extras of, which I'm going to be using. I think we're going to start back to front. That seems to make the most sense in my head. They give us 9 bulbs. 8 of them are 194, 168 styles. These are going to go on the inside, but I'm going to take 2 of them because I think we can use them as corner markers as well, which is cool. But I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about some of the cars that we used to have. So, James, what cars did you used to have when you started modifying cars?
Oh Jesus.
Talk to me.
Well, my first one was a 97 Dodge 800, which was the biggest, as my friends call it, mistake.
Well, yeah, nobody ever wants to admit to being a Dodge Ram guy.
Hey, that truck was fun. I destroyed it and sunk $2,500 into it and had it for like 6 to 7 months.
Nice.
Well, it had an exhaust. Well, I did tires, but that's not really modifying. That's just putting slightly bigger tires than it had because I was like, bro, this would be cool.
And was it?
It was cool for like a moment, but I had Terramax tires, which Terramax tires, if you know, is like the Dollar Tree variant of like Wranglers.
You got Dollar Store Wranglers?
Pretty much. They burnt out through the span of that 6 months. So it had a muffler. I cut the muffler off. I was like, not loud enough. Then I cut the cat off, put a straight pipe in.
Oh, hell yeah, as you do.
And then I was like, kind of loud. Then I put a muffler and I put a dump off, like right where the right side door was, right where the met the cab and the bed.
You went full send, dude.
Then I was like, not loud enough. Cut the exhaust off again.
Jesus.
And then went straight piped for a while. And then I ended up, well, there's a whole story on it, but I'll save that for another time.
Okay. What was the next vehicle?
Then I had the 01 Silverado 5000. That was my baby. I loved that truck. I hated it at first because I'm like, this body style. And then grew to love it. The only problem with that, it was an extended cab long bed.
Yeah.
So the thing was a boat.
Oof.
It had like a 35-gallon tank on it.
Ooh.
I never filled it because every time I filled my tank, something went wrong.
Oh, good.
That truck already had an exhaust. I really didn't do much to it besides like a cold air intake. Yeah, I had that truck. I got her up to 333,000 miles. And then my dad decided to move some house paint.
Oh, good.
And then he spilled all the paint in the bed of the truck and it just made a giant hole.
Gotta love it.
Ate everything away. The only reason why I got rid of it, I did fuel lines. And not even a week later, my brake lines went. And I was like, you know what? I'm done.
And here you are with your current truck. He's done fuel lines, brake lines.
She's a beauty, though. Bought her for $800 off an old guy. She's looking spiffy.
And this time, the $800 off an old guy is actually held up. And it drove itself home, which is cool. Technically,
my first car, though, I mean, it wasn't mine, but I drove it for a long time.
We're going to do a quick light check comparison. That first car?
The 54 Bel Air. I drove that for a while. Are you light checking?
We on?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, it's definitely like way brighter than the right side. Your right side looks dim as hell.
Awesome.
Are you listening to country?
There. So, what do we think?
It's blinking really fast.
You're right.
Is the left one out or the front one out?
No. It's because it's an LED. And it thinks with that back like that. So I'm gonna need to put in a load resistor.
Nice. If you want my body and you think I'm sexy, come on.
So when you install LEDs into, and I'm sure most people already know this, but just to recap for people who don't, When you install LEDs into a factory bulb location where there aren't any, we have to put in a load resistor that basically kills like 10 volt for us to not mess up your body control module and make it say that you have a dead bulb when you really just have something high tech that it doesn't understand. Mom, Dad. Anyway, my first car, let's see. Well, my very first car was a 2005 Ford Taurus.
So this Ford Taurus.
Oh yeah. So I had a Ford Taurus, hit black ice, I put it through a fence. There goes my first car. My second car was $800 back in 2015. That was a 98 Grand Marquis with a digital dashboard, and it was the tits. It was awesome. I put a radio in that, speakers, not a whole lot of modification, just sort of like audio stuff. The next one was the van that I picked up in Lynn for 400 bucks. That thing I taught myself how to do body work on. I bought a $80 welder from Harbor Freight, a little plug-in wall outlet one. That was like 80 bucks at the time with a coupon. So I did that. This goes up and they go over that, and the rest of it goes into trash. Nobody cares. Come on. Come along with me. Let me take you inside my car. Welcome to MTV Cribs. Here's my crib. Yo, so it's got 2 seats and 4 speakers and a wheel and 4 wheels on the outside. Pretty cool. Non-standard. So the van I picked up for $400, taught myself how to do body work on it. It had like a bunch of AV already running in it. Accidentally cut through the harness for all the aftermarket electronics, like the VCR that was in there, the TV, all that stuff. So I rewired that. Look at that one, it's shiny. I love when they blow like that, that's cool. I did like a blue LED dash face conversion on the van's lights. God, everything is melted in there. That is no good. Did some engine mod stuff because it was just a Chevy 350 and it was super easy to modify. Hello. Bright LEDs. Sorry, trying to pop bulbs out and talk and keep the story straight. It's all so much. The right angle here. The right angle, the dangle on the cut of the mutt. The crux of the biscuit is the apostrophe. Whoa!
That shut out somewhere.
What else did I do that? I learned how to Bondo and paint. That was fun. I put in an Xbox 360, a bigger DC converter. Because it was just DC power stuff before. I put in a big AC converter, ran an Xbox 360 with Wi-Fi and a flat screen, so I was just rolling around, getting YouTube wherever I went. That was fun. And basically just kept the Grand Marquis running during the end of high school. Well, I was doing that. Then I sold the Grand Marquis because somebody I knew needed a car. But then I ended up selling the van too. I made profit off of that, so I was happy about that. The Grand Marquis, you know, I sold it for $500, but the van I sold for $2,000. I was pumped about that. Stopped hearing from the people who bought it a few years ago. I'm hoping that the van didn't kill them, but they also like were involved in the dark web, so I didn't feel that bad about not seeing or hearing from them again. After I sold the van, and way after I sold the Grand Marquis, I got a 2000 Toyota Celica GT. My 2 favorite mods on that were a glass sunroof from Japan and a rear disc brake conversion that I got for 300 bucks off of some dude who crashed his GTS in Slovenia. Because forums are still live and active. They're never really that active, but there's always a few, and one of them can hook you up. Pretty cool. Hit up the scene, yo. Literally, it's just a bunch of people trying to help each other out and do cool stuff on the cheap. Like, we're all in the same boat for the most part. The Celica showed me that, like, everybody's into these cars worldwide, so I was part of, like, things that everybody wanted to work on worldwide. I mean, everybody wants to work on everything worldwide. If you enjoy working on your car, you're part of the world, and there's somebody else in the world that also likes working on it, so hit them up. Join a forum. that's what the enthusiast scene is about. That's what the enthusiast scene is about, and keeping these old turds running. It's through people like us, automotive enthusiasts, that keep the scene alive. Because otherwise, these things would be rotting away in a junkyard. So, you know, don't feel bad about fixing up your old POS. Anyway, after the Celica, I had a 2000 Ranger. The Celica was my first manual, the Ranger was my second. Loved that thing. It came with a 3-liter Vulcan V6. Was gonna do a turbo swap on it, and again, I started building everything out, started building the exhaust, but then like all the bolts broke inside the engine, didn't have the engine pulled yet, and then we hit the end of summer and I had to go back to my second year at school. So I needed a car that ran, and that clearly wasn't it. So once again, I had to sell it, cut my losses, and move on. From there, I got a 2005 Subaru Legacy wagon. That thing was sick. That thing I had a field day with. Another full sound system, 2 Kicker Pro 12s, couple of amps, or it was running like a dual amp and like a really old Kenwood for the speakers. I took apart the door panels and I reupholstered them with like some crazy fabric. It was called Oil Slick. I got it from Joanne Fabrics, one of the two. I think it was Joanne Fabrics, but it like just went buck wild with like some faux leather that like felt nice, and just like went crazy doing all that, and like customizing interior lights and all that. I had like a half custom, like an OEM plus custom interior when I was done. Put an upgraded clutch in it, upgraded coil packs, whole bunch of stuff. Then after that, I got the Lexus, the Aphrodite, which I think I went balls to the walls with the most. Well, not the most, but definitely some amount. I did some interior work with wrapping all the wood trim, Tesla wheels, and hubcaps. I love the hubcaps, still have those, still waiting to put those back on something. Hey Dad, I think I got it in.
He done it. He got through the hole.
Way brighter. Let's see the highs. Way brighter. All right.
That is bright.
So there we go, people. Under 80 bucks, you can do the same thing for your vehicle on Amazon. I got an interior bulb kit. I got a 2-pack of taillight bulbs that fit my vehicle. And I got, I found these on special for like 30 bucks, I think. It was the pair of 9006 and pair of 9005 bulbs, which are my high and low beams. So, there you go.
Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Have a good one. Till next time, this has been Tire Fire. Tune in next week. We've always got something cranking out. And I think next week is going to be more exciting, more loud, more intense.
Adios.
Well, what do you say, James Brown? Has this been a good episode?
It has.
What do you want the people to do next time? Hang around for the whole video?
If you can. If you made it this far, I'm proud of you.
Seriously, ditto.
But no, be good to the people you know. Love the things you do. And just live.
Amen. That's good words to live by. This has been your boys at Tire Fire. We'll see you next time. Till then.
Fire, fire.
Oh!